We're here with Tommy Gomes, world-renowned fishmonger here from Catalina. World-renowned Catalina Offshore here in San Diego, California. And we're talking to Tommy. Tommy's going to tell us a little bit about the uni process today we went through earlier.
You know, the sea urchin is a great creature.
Okay.
Dave started the company over 35 years ago. He was harvesting sea lettuce. He was hired by Kelco to go and smash the sea urchins because they were eating the kelp.
Okay.
And Kelco was a huge company in harvesting the kelp.
Okay.
Then Dave found out that he could get 5 cents a pound for harvesting the sea urchin. So he started doing that, and he started processing in his garage, and he developed the whole business and the whole marketing aspect on the entire West Coast. He started shipping to Japan, and things took off, and gradually he started Catalina Offshore. He got more people involved. 35 years later, we have over 120 employees. We have plenty of sea urchin, but it is well regulated by the fishermen.
Right.
Not just anybody can get in the game and go start harvesting. You need to have a license.
Right.
You need to have a boat. You need to have a deck tender, another individual handling the hoses and stuff like that.
So they're diving down and getting these.
Yeah, they're hand harvested by hand.
Right.
They're picking, they're looking, they're scanning, they're seeing areas. Okay, this isn't good right now. They crack one open. Okay, we'll leave this alone. We'll come back and look at it in a couple of weeks. And they're actually farming the ocean floor of a good quality product.
Yeah, Tommy, so explain to me the process of the uni today, what we're doing.
Well, what we saw the forklift obviously pick up the bin. That was from a boat called the Alibi. He's been fishing, diving for sea urchin for 30 years. It gets dumped on the table where they rake it onto another table. And then what happens is they stab it and crack it, and then they have a little tool that's shaped for the sea urchin itself, and then they scoop it out. There's
like a spoon, right?
Yeah. There's 5 tongues.
Okay.
And as you can see in the films, it's all women that are doing it.
Right, right.
Because they have long,
great touch.
long, slender fingers, and they're more delicate. So from there, it gets scooped up into a little basket, then it goes over to a cold water solution, fresh water, and a little bit of refrigeration to it, where it's gently picked through with the guts, and the guts go into a trough. Those guts slide down into a receiver, and that is used for another product that we developed. It's called uni butter and uni goop, which are used in both sport fishing and commercial applications of catching and harvesting of seafood. But from there, it gets picked through, and then what happens is it sits in a solution of cold water, alum, and it usually sits in there for 25 minutes to 2 hours, depending on the size. And what that does is it firms it up and allows it to be a firm texture, which is ready for transfer. And then it goes from there, it goes into the size separating color, texture, size, and then put on 120 gram boxes, 250 gram boxes, or the styrofoam trays of bulk, which you had
Right.
had a chance to eat.
Right, right. Come on. Hey, back with Behind the Kitchen here with Tommy Gomes. He's going to tell us a little bit about the fish that he has here at his daily wholesale, or actually retail.
Yeah, this is the retail market that we built here. Actually, we call it the Seafood Educational Nutritional Center because we want to teach people about the health aspects of seafood. Fish doesn't come out of the ocean in a box.
Right.
This is how fish comes out of the ocean, alive.
The real way.
Alive and kicking, and this is the first stop from the dock. The second stop is their plate. You're not going to get it any fresher anywhere, and so we want people to come in and we want people to ask questions. And before it gets to your kitchen, this is the behind the scenes before it gets there.
Behind the kitchen. What type of fish do we got here, Tommy?
So we've got yellowtail pargo, hook and line harvested out of Baja. These are a beautiful fish.
Yeah, that's a very nice one.
Very nice indeed. Yeah, this is all from Ensenada area.
Okay.
Sculpin. Now the greatest thing, the great story about this sculpin,
Nice.
every little fin on them are poisonous, all up into the head. You can see the spines all up in the head, the back end here. These little spines here are poisonous, so you don't want them to break the skin. Anthony's Fish Grotto, which is world famous here in San Diego, this is how they made all their money. This little fish right here was used as their fish and chips, their fish sandwich, and their fish entree back in the day when Mama Gio was around.
Oh, nice. Oh,
perfect.
Nice shot.
Really neat fish that's now making it to the mainland is the mongchong.
Hawaiian mongchong, yeah. Very familiar with this in the island.
Yep.
Very nice. Aloha.
American flag boats bringing this straight into San Diego now. So we got this fish right off the boat in Point Loma, and we got it right on the ice. It's all over the city. It's great new product. Well, it's not a new product, but it is fairly new.
To a lot of people.
To a lot of people, yeah.
San Diego.
So we have the hamachi kamas, the yellowtail collars, and this is
in Asia and Japan and so forth.
Yeah, this is a great source of protein.
Absolutely. Great tasting too.
One of the great things, we call this the chicken wing of the sea, or the chicken breast, if you will. And they're extremely inexpensive. They're like $5 each, or sometimes you get them on the weekend. We got them on sale for like $2 or whatever. Wow. And it's kind of neat. Spot prawns, California spot prawns. These are fresh dead. These are beautiful. Wow. These are coming out of La Jolla. One line, it's single trap on a ground line. It's really sustainably harvested, and it's a seasonal, limited entry. Not just anybody can go fish it.
Very nice.
And we got some of those we're going to hit up later in the back. We're going to eat some eggs, and it's going to be very exciting. Then we have the standard stuff. You know, here's our 120 gram retail pack of sea urchin, you know, for the general consumer. Yeah, it's really neat. And again, you know, we do some strange stuff here. We have a little demo area. We'll show you how to cook up a few things and go from there. Look at that.
Very nice.
So this is a sea urchin coming out of Point Loma. We saw him earlier in the show. This is the mouth right here. You can see right in there. There's a little bit of a mouth right there. They crawl along with their feet. These are the feet. They crawl along the bottom. This is the tool, and what the tool does is you go ahead and crack the shell and then spread it open. So we'll hold it right here.
Nice.
And there it is.
Wow. Good stuff.
Okay? Beautiful.
Oh, yeah. Oh, very nice. Here, behind the kitchen.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
In your face, behind the kitchen, on your plate. Fresh, local California sea urchin.
We'll be back with Tommy Gomes.
Look at that right there.
Right.
These are live.
Oh, yeah.
Live spot prawns. And I want to show you something, Chef. This.
Oh, wow.
Two hands, boys. Two hands. So this right here, look at the eggs in there.
Oh, wow. Eggs in the front. Wow.
And these are like an ocean starburst fruit chew. And I want you to just gently take your fingers.
Oh, yeah.
And you gently move them down the line, and you pull out that row.
Oh, wow.
Try that.
There we go. Live.
That's great stuff.
Oh, that's salty. Nice. We're back behind the kitchen with Tommy Gomes. I think we're actually behind the kitchen here in Tommy's personal kitchen here.
I don't know if you'd call it a full range kitchen, but when what sets Catalina apart is we have a program where the local chefs come and pick from the plethora of seafood that we have for their restaurants daily. We'll have 20, 30 chefs walk in here and start picking fish with the general public as well. And so what's exciting about that is people will come over and they'll say, hey, Tommy, how do you cook this? And I'll go, you know, there's so-and-so from that restaurant. Let's get him back here.
Yeah, like the first time I came here, I met Jason Nib, and you introduced me to him.
Exactly.
One of the great chefs in the San Diego, actually the chef of the year last year.
Yeah. So you get what the heck was that? You get a chance to learn from a chef, and then the chef can talk about his restaurant and gain a new customer and a new following. And I mean, we got a gas grill. Camp Chef has been with us for years and years now. They help me with nonprofits and all kinds of things that we do here at Catalina Offshore.
So any chef could come down and say, I want to talk to Tommy, I want to try a couple things, some scallops, some prawns, something, cook them, no problem.
Yeah, because fish changes. That we have fish that some chefs have never worked with. Mong chong is one of them.
Absolutely.
The barber pole rockfish has a great sweet fat content and stuff like that. They need to know the caramelization. Does it crisp up? Will it bake? Will it broil? Will it pan fry? How do you sear it up? What's the texture like? What's the fat content like? All of that stuff needs to come into play when you're cooking a piece of fish. I mean, fish doesn't come out of the ocean in a box. We talked about that. It certainly doesn't come off a 53-foot trailer. It comes out of places like Catalina Offshore and places up and down the coast right off the boat. And that's how it should be bought. First stop from the dock.
I guess the only question I could ask is there beer in the cooler?
No, but I got...
Just kidding.
I got Opa.
Opa.